Hello guys, welcome again to the Word of Life. Today we are going to talk about reproduction in plants. Reproduction in plants involve two types. One is sexual reproduction, two is asexual reproduction. Under asexual reproduction, it involves vegetative reproduction. By vegetative reproduction means that the plants can easily generate into identical individual. By identical individual is genetical. Those individual produced through asexual reproduction are genetically identical with their parents. Okay, and by vegetative means is that those plants can easily be reproduced or generated by the stem or root or of the old plants. Okay, example of these plants are seen in yam and cassava. Okay, these plants are actually vegetative reproducing plants. They don't need flowers. Okay, and we now have sexual reproduction. Now, sexual reproduction involves flower, which is the sexual part of flower. The flower is divided into the male part and the female part. The male part is called the anther. The anther is divided into the pistil, okay, and the stamen, okay, the pistil and the stamen, and the pistil and the stamen holds the anther. Okay, the anther is actually the garment where the you see the we call it the sperm or the nucleus of the flower that can fuse with the ovary of the female part to produce the seed, and the female reproductive part is also consist of the stigma and the style. Okay, the stigma and the style, and also has the ovary and the ovule. So towards the reproduction, the male part, which is the pistil, will now release the anther. Okay, the anther will now be collected to the female part of the flower, which will now follow through the sperm dot into the um, oval of the flower. Now, when it reaches the oval, it will now come in contact with the ovary. Now, when it come in contact with the ovary, fertilization will take place. Okay, so when the embryo is germinating, it will germinate, forming the seed, which the ovary will change into the seed, and the ovule will change into the fruit. Okay, which is the reason why fruit is actually defined as the fertilized or matured ovary of a flower. Okay, so the sexual reproduction is also divided into two. We have unisexual plants, and also we have bisexual plants. Now, bisexual plants has both the male and female in one plant. Okay, example is the rose flower and the hibiscus flower. While unisexual plant is has either only one sex part, either male or female. Example is seen in papaya or pawpaw plants. Okay, so we also have dispersal. Dispersal is the method through which plants or pollination is happens. Okay, so by pollination is actually the summary of the fertilization process of the plants. We say that pollination is the transfer of pollen grain from the anther to the stigma of a flower. Okay, now the stigma is actually the female reproductive part that collects the anther. which is the gamete from the male. Okay, so that is actually how reproduction is done. Then the dispersal is the method through which those process is happens. Now we have wind dispersal. Wind dispersal is when, for instance, in unisexual plants, which is plant that has only one sexual organ, either the male or the female, the wind will now carry the anther to the stigma of another plant. We have wind dispersal, we have animal dispersal when animal like bees, like mosquitoes, like bears will now help in the pollination. Okay, we also have water. Okay, water dispersal can happen when in small sexual plants. Okay, so you can see something like the erosion can take place, can flow the anthers to meet the stigma of another plant for fertilization to take place. Okay, so this is actually how fertilization is done. And also remember that the seed that is produced is not actually genetically identical to their parents. That is why if maybe you plant different papaya seed, you will not actually have the same fruit, the same kind of fruit exactly. Okay, and corn also. You can plant a yellow corn and you will be seeing different colors of corn seedlings. This happens because of wind dispersal, okay, or animal dispersal, having a mixture of different kinds of anthers from different corn. Okay, so this will now cause the genome of that particular plant. Okay, so this is all about reproduction in plants, and we have treated reproduction in animal and cleavage as well. So do follow me if you're not actually following me before. Drop your comments. I will be reading them, and I will also be replying to your comments as much as I can, and also share it with your friends that are actually ready to learn as well. Okay, so see you in the next video.